Hey guys, Project Pat 345. Just decided to do a short video. This morning I ended up locking my keys in my car, so I'm not going to school today. Didn't really know what else to do with my time since my money, my keys, my bag, everything's in my car. The only thing that's not in my car was my cards. So I just decided to do a quick little deck profile update, I guess, of my Rabbit deck. I did go to the iPad this weekend, like I said. When I got there, my friends basically not convinced me, but I guess peer pressured me into playing Macro Rabbit. And I wasn't too confident playing Macro going into it, just because, as you guys should know, Macro restricts you from playing cards like Veiler, hand traps, but the big one was Pot of Avarice. And that's personally one of my favorite cards in Rabbit. And when I got there, we got there a little bit late, and at the last minute I looked around the room and there was a shit ton of windups and a lot of mermails. When it comes to windup, my deck really struggles Macro Rabbit wise because I can't play hand traps. Yes, I do play traps, but if they go Shockmaster first turn and call spells, even though it really doesn't hurt me that much, it's a real struggle. And I didn't have a lot of testing with Macro Rabbit against it. And my side deck wasn't too prepared for windups. And then mermails, I have zero testing against mermails. Just none of my really close friends have the deck. Some people at my locals have it, but I just haven't played them yet. So I didn't feel confident going into the event. So I didn't play the main event. I did play side event. I would have split a box with my friend, but I ended up savagely misplaying in the semifinals, and it cost me the game. I was really tired. I was up until like 5 the previous morning, so that's probably why I misplayed. But excuses are excuses. It's whatever. But I did change it up. I decided to play regular Rabbit instead. The reason being is, this is like my little rant, I guess, for you guys, but when it comes to Macro, it restricts your choices like hand traps, and Avarice, like I said, was the big one. And Avarice is just such a powerful card because if you can rip an Avarice late game and it's live, you just get so much advantage against your opponent. It allows you to recycle cards in your deck, and it allows you to just give you an extra push of momentum. And with Macro, you can't do that. And in order for Macro to be effective in Macro Rabbit, you have to draw it early game, I feel like. If you don't draw it by turn 2, maybe turn 3, it's pretty much useless, because by that time Agents will probably already have a Fed Grave. Spellbook will definitely have a Fed Grave. Mermills will have already gone off, and if you don't draw it, it's pointless, and it already restricts your cards. So I decided to play regular Rabbit and switched up a little bit. I put the macros in my side deck, obviously, because the card's still nuts against certain matchups. But I just want to give you guys a quick little update. Still playing 2 Rabbit, obviously. Triple Saber Source. If anybody has a secret Rabbit, trade it to me. I'm looking for one more. Triple Saber Source, Triple Caboozles, Double Tour Guide and Sengen, and Night Assailant. Triple Guaiba, like I said, and Double Spirit Reaper. I was playing Gores, but I took Gores out. I might put it back in. I'm still kind of trying to find room, so that's that. Spells, I played 2 Lance. I decided to put in Book of Moon over the 3rd one, just because I finally picked up another DT one after I lost mine, and I'm a DT whore. But it's very possible that I could drop this for the 3rd Lance. It's playtesting fine, just because if you don't have like a lot of traps in this deck, it doesn't stop, say, Tour Guide from going off. But Book of Moon can't stop Tour Guide from going off, but it can stop the Exceed play. I like the fact that it's chainable. It works with Guaiba, but I'm seriously considering dropping it for a 3rd Lance. I just have to find a 3rd Lance. So you play the Book of Moon too. Play Mind Control. Mind Control, in theory, is a really good card, but with so many spellbooks, they really don't play any level 4s. Mermails really don't play a whole lot of 4s except the Bislin, which I think is a 4, I'm not even sure. Windups really don't play a lot of level 4s. And, I mean, yeah, you play 3s, but I'd rather Mind Control level 4 and go into a rank 4 Exceed, since that's mostly what I play. So Mind Control might get moved to the side deck against, gadgets or something like that, or just a more, like, mirror match. But Mind Control, it's okay. I might, like I said, I might drop it for Gores, I think is what I'm going to end up putting back in, because I'm siding it right now. So you have the Mind Control. Pot of Avarice, just because I said this card can just randomly win you games, or put you so far ahead, or allow you to come back. 2 Space, like I explained in my last video, Space is just progressively getting worse, in my opinion. With Abyss Sphere, and then you have Travel's Agents, and you have Chaos Dragons, it's just not that good in my opinion. You still have to play the third and the side, but I just feel like main deck anymore space is just becoming less and less productive for the space that it's worth. Then you play Reborn, Whole, or Reborn Heavy and Whole. One of the traps, I still play double Bottomless, double Prison, double Compulse. I decided to add in double Fiendish Chain. My friend's got the second one. I decided to play Fiendish Chain just because I don't want to play Valor. Just because I'd rather stop an attack from Abyss Megalo or something like that and allow me to come back from it. Fiendish Chain's still really good. It kind of takes the place of an Effect Veiler in a sense that it stops the effect. But, yeah. 2 Mirror Force. I'm playing 2 Mirror Force for 2 reasons. One, because people, they don't like to overextend, but I'm finding a lot more that in formats like the current one we're in, you just have stupid combos in certain decks where they don't really require a lot of cards. Like, look at Magician Shark. Especially if you have Factory on board, that's basically a free field. And Mirror Force just, obviously it punishes bad players. That's the first thing. But second off, it seems more and more that there's a lot of combos out there that require less amount of cards. It used to be that if you were going to explode off, that you had to waste a lot of resources in your hand. And even then, Mirror Force was still good. But I like it because it punishes bad players, and it allows you to gain a little bit of advantage back when your opponent does stupid-ass 2-card combos. The other reason was, at Nationals, I picked up a Forso Do Esploso. I don't know if you guys can see that. I picked it up for like $3 at Nats. And then Mirror Force went to 2. And I was just like, well, looks like I'm not ever playing Mirror Force again because I refuse to play 2 different languages, and I already have one, so I'm going to be playing it. But my friend ended up having one that I didn't even know about. You guys can't really see that, but... So yeah. Shout out to Alex Nguyen for that. And I'm not giving a shout out to Jeff Strain, just because he always wants one. Then you play your 2 Warnings, your Solemn, and your Starlight, just because you play a lot of traps, and it allows you to play through Torrential. My extra deck really hasn't changed at all. It's still the normals. The only thing I'm considering cutting is Fairy King. I kind of want to put in Abyss Dweller, but I'm really not sure how I feel about it. Because I decided to play Mind Control, I might put in Utopia Ray, just because that seems really good. But for right now, it's Fairy King, just because you can still make it under Gozen. The main reason people played it was because you could go, summon Rabbit, they flip Gozen, it's just like, alright, it doesn't matter, you can still make this. The other reason was if you're afraid of Gorge, you can just make this an attack, and then once they drop Gorge, you can just use its effect, and Gorge can't get over it. But I feel as though it's kind of been replaced by my new favorite card, Gaga Cowboy. This card's stupid. I love this card. So, that's the extra deck. Like I said, it really hasn't changed at all. Yeah. But my side deck has changed slightly. Play 2 Thunder King. This is against maybe Mirror Match. Goes in against Mermails, Spellbook. It goes in a lot, actually. So I like the 2 Thunder King. 2 Maxi, just because you have to have some protection. I side this in against wind-ups mostly, but like just stupid-ass combo-based decks. I'm playing 1 Imp. Even though you're playing macro, you're not always going to have macro against Dark World, and they will flip, what the fuck is it? Decree. And then you're kind of tight, because you can't do anything. So I like to have the 1 Gemini Imp. And also, I've been playing around with siding the 1 in against Mermails just for when they drop the Elemental Lord, like I said in my last video. 1 Gorge just against like swarm-based decks, like wind-ups. Like I said, I might drop the Mind Control to put this in the main. Not 100% sure on that yet, it's just a thought. You still have your 2 level limit, it's still good against Dragons and Samurai and just weird decks like that, and Karakuri. The 3rd space, then you have your triple macro, because if you're not maining it, you have to side it, and I like it in the side deck better. 2 Mind Crush, just because this card's stupid in the format, and 1 Dust. This goes in, a lot of people question me, they're like, why do you play Dust? And it's mostly for wind-up and agents, just because wind-ups can side in Messenger and stuff like that, and agents can play Rivalry. That almost really messed me up in the Win a Box at side event, but I was able to play around it. So yeah, so that's the profile, guys. Like I said, I'm thinking about dropping Mind Control into the side for Gores. Other than that, and like I said, Book of Moon, I feel like Book of Moon and the Third Lance are kind of interchangeable. You can just flop those out whenever you want. So, I mean, those are the only two changes I can think of immediately making. Like I said, I'd probably drop the Mind Control for Gores. So, that's the profile, guys. If you have any suggestions or questions, feel free to comment below or PM me. I'm probably going to do a trade binder here in a little bit, just because I'm looking for a Starfoil Fiendish chain if you have one, because my friend's is common. And what am I forgetting? That's my dog snoring in the background, in case you were wondering. I'm also looking for the anime deck boxes, kind of like this. I have the cube right now. Shout out to Jeff Strain for letting me borrow it. I guess I'll give you a shout out now. But I'm looking for one of the small anime ones, the single box ones. Other than that, that's pretty much all I'm looking for. But like I said, guys, that's the profile. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Thanks, guys.